Hey guys, Josh with Working Man Reads. I want to first of all thank you guys for getting me to 150 subscribers. I'm super stoked, super appreciative. Thank you for all the comments. It's super fun being here on BookTube, and it's super fun sharing my book journey with you guys. And I review everything or read everything on here pretty much. I'm all over the board, as some people have noticed. I'm not afraid to read anything. I read a lot of horror, some sci-fi, some fantasy, some dystopian, Western from time to time. And I just love books, man. So thank you guys for stopping by. I'm also super excited because Richard at Are You Into Horror, who, congratulations on reaching 500, finally did his drawing for the winner of his one-of-a-kind piece of art. That is the original hardcover for Stephen King's It, and I'm a big Stephen King fan, and I actually won it. I'm super excited. I thought there was not a chance in hell that I would win it, so I'm super excited. Thank you, Richard, and congratulations on 500. You and the next two people on this congratulations tour that I'm on were a big influence on me starting my channel. So thank you to Richard, and thank you to Brad Proctor, and congratulations to you, Brad, for reaching 500 also, and also John at Books of Blood. Dude also made it to 500. So I got three of my favorite people on here reaching 500. And also one of my other buddies, B&B Books, he just hit 100, I realized, when I watched his most recent video. So shout out to you, buddy. Go check him out. He's a small booktuber like me. And if you guys haven't checked out Nick at Spooky Noodles, he's at like 195 or something right now. It'd be cool if he made it to 200 this week. So shout out to you, Nick. And that's enough of that. I just like my booktube buddies, so sorry. Also, everybody else got their copy of this bad boy today, and so did I. This is a hefty one. This is not your ordinary, so it's a Silver Shamrock Publishing. But I was like, it looked small. I didn't even realize that it's like 400 pages. So I'm not going to read any of these synopsises, just so I can get through them, because there's quite a few books. So I'll probably read them at the end of my the most anticipated books that I got here. But this is Devil's Creek by Todd Keisling, and he did sign it for me. So I just said author's choice, and I didn't really feel like making him write too much after he probably had to sign like 300 books. But Josh, welcome to Stanford, Devil's Creek, Todd Keisling. So yeah, it's got little goodies in here. That's upside down, professional. So there, yes, thank you to Todd Keisling for signing it. I think he was selling them on his website. Don't know if he still is. But I also picked up another signed copy, but this one was off of eBay, and it's in like perfect condition, like never been read, it looks like. So this is Tim Laban, and it's A Whisper of Southern Lights, and I guess it's part of a series, but I really just wanted to get it because it was signed, and it was of a limited batch. So yeah, super cool. There's like artwork in here that's pretty sick. Let's see if I can pull something up for you. So just like there's some art in here. There was art in Todd Keisling's Devil's Creek also. But so Tim Laban got that one. Super excited about that one too. And the next one is actually one of my favorite indie authors. I don't even know if he's technically indie, but indie. And that would be Kelan Patrick Burke. And this is his most recent release, I believe, The House on Abigail Lane. I seen it on his Instagram that he had released it. He does a lot of cover art for different authors, and this is super cool. I don't know that this is his artwork, but it's a little eyeball in the center of that flower. Super cool, man. I'm super excited about this one. I'll probably get to that one also in the fall. I'm thinking Todd Keisling's book will be in the fall too. I am just jam-packed of books, but I'm thankful for it. I'm excited. Let's mix it up a little bit here. I got the next one. I went to Barnes & Noble with my family on Sunday, and I'm not even going to read the synopsis on this because I haven't finished the first one, Red Rising. Excuse me. Super excited. I was having a lot of fun reading Red Rising. I know it gets some mixed reviews. It's got a little bit of Hunger Games vibes. So maybe that's why, because it's like been done before a little bit, but there's also a lot more to it, and it's different type of characters. So I'm really enjoying Red Rising, and it might actually catapult me into maybe wanting to sprinkle in some more fantasy, because I've been on a little fantasy, little downturn in fantasy reading, because I just haven't found anything that really like stuck with me and made me want to finish it. So so Golden Sun, the second in the Red Rising trilogy by Pierce Brown. And I also picked up the second book in the Meg series, by Steve Alton. That was Jaws. What is wrong with me? But I ended up actually getting a first edition on Thrift Books. So, I mean, it's got a little bend in the cover here, but who can complain about that? Because I'm pretty sure I got it for like $4 or $5. So, yeah, this one's called The Trench. It's just super, super cool, man. And it was in pretty decent shape. So, The Trench. And the first one I read was just the perfect summer read. So if you haven't checked out the Meg, watch the movie or read the book. Either way, just have fun with it because it's perfect for the summertime. It'll make you not want to swim, though. Next, let's do a Western. I got Bloody Season, and that's by Lauren D. Eastman. I might have butchered that, but yeah, this one's pretty cool. It's about like Tombstone, Arizona, and the battle at the OK Corral. You can see the cool little dudes there. I'm assuming Wyatt or Doc Holliday, the good old boys. I'm a big Doc Holliday fan. You know what I mean? I'm your Huckleberry. So there's that. I also got some fun ones here because I've always wanted to try. Well, I've read some of Matt Shaw's books on ebook, but he's not for everybody. Disclaimer there for you. But I got Matt Shaw, my first like physical copy of one of his books, The Big Blue, a psychological horror. Oh, this one's pretty small, so I'll read this right now. Blue seas all around, waves lapping gently at the sides of the raft. We sit in silence amidst the debris of wrappers from a now empty survival pack. Occasionally one of us beginning to cry. Our minds remind us all of what we've lost. All that we may never see again. Blue skies tease us that it could be a pleasant day if the situation was different. But it's not different. It's not a pleasant day. We've lost our friends, our family, our strength, and if we're not rescued soon, our lives. So, yeah, super sick. The Big Blue by Matt Shaw. I'll be checking that one out whenever I get to it. The real thing with Matt Shaw that I'm interested about is that he can be extreme horror. Like, he can write extreme, graphic, horrible things in his books. And he sells books, and he has done pretty well for himself. So I actually came across Matt Shaw is writing Free Your Story and Find Your Audience. If that's not the catchiest title, if you are Matt Shaw and you're going to write an on-writing book, find your audience, because that man found his audience. So I'm excited to check this out. It says over 200 books, 17 years of experience, and a wealth of knowledge. So maybe I'll learn something out of this. Matt Shaw. And this was only like $6 or something on Amazon. So yeah. So super cool. I also got, this one is kind of for my wife and me, but we got, and you know who was kind of a driving force in me wanting to go try a Palahniuk book was Noah at Everyone Who Reads Must Converse. He had a whole video on Chuck Palahniuk, and I watched it from beginning to end, and it was just I was like, man, I have never read Palahniuk, and I need to. So yeah, I got Invisible Monsters. It's a little bit beat up, but my wife and I both want to read this book, which is cool because that doesn't always happen. And so Chuck Palahniuk, Invisible Monsters. And then I also found this one at the local bookstore. And it's Stephen R. Lawhead, The Talisman. And it's the first in the Pendragon cycle. And this is a small one too. A magnificent epic of cataclysmic upheaval Wow, upheaval and heroic love in an age of mythic wonders. So I think there's a little bit of love in there, like a love interest fantasy. Probably not for my buddies here on YouTube, but yeah, I'm excited. It looks pretty awesome. It's of the Arthurian era. So it was a time of legend when the last shadows of the mighty Roman conqueror faded from the captured Isle of Britain. While across a vast sea, bloody war shattered a peace that had flourished for 2,000 years in the doomed kingdom of Atlantis. Talisman is a remarkable... Okay, that's just what it means. So, yes, Talisman, excited. Pendragon Cycle, I've heard a lot about it. And then finally, an ex-library book, but it's actually in pretty good shape, that I got on Thrift Books. Joe R. Lansdale, Paradise Sky. So I've been really wanting to check out Joe R. Lansdale and his horror westerns, or at least his westerns. It might not even be a horror western, but I'll actually read the synopsis of this one. So if you guys leave at this point, I appreciate you guys. Thank you again for 150 and much love. But here we go. Young Willie is on the run, having his small Texas farm when an infamous local landowner murdered his father. A man named Loving takes him in and trains him in the fine arts of shooting, riding, reading, and gardening. Wow, those things really go together. Shooting, riding, reading, and gardening. When Loving dies, Loving is a cool name. Willie himself, Nat Love, reunites himself, Nat Love, in tribute to his mentor and heads west. What the heck? I can't read today, so we're just going to stop. But in Deadwood, South Dakota territory, Nat becomes a buffalo soldier and is befriended by Wild Bill Hickok. Oh, okay. This is going to be good. I'm going to stop there so I don't ruin anything for myself. But I recently read Deadwood, and that was about Wild Bill Hickok. And so I'm excited to check out Paradise Sky. Let's read the synopsis on the house on Abigail Lane. From the outside, it looks like an ordinary American home. But since its construction in 1956, people have vanished as soon as they go upstairs. The only clues, the things they leave behind, a wedding ring, a phone, an eye. Why not, right? Sometimes you lose your eye. In its 60-year history, a record number of strange events have been attributed to the house. From the neighbors waking up to find themselves standing in the yard outside, what the hell, to the grieving man who vanished before a police officer's eyes, the animals gathering in the yard as if summoned, the people who speak in reverse, the lights and sounds, the music, the grass dying overnight, and the 10-foot clown on the second floor. Yo, I'm getting chills. That sounds scary. That is the type of horror I like. Oh, shit. That sounds awesome. Right at this point, the people who speak in reverse, that would be some scary shit. The lights and sound. Oh, my God. So I need to check that one out. That might go on like the TBR for August. Yeah, we're gonna bump that one up the list. That sounds awesome. And then so Devil's Creek. Give us that old time religion. About 15 miles west of Stuford, Kentucky, lies Devil's Creek. According to local legend, there used to be a church out there, home to the Lord's Church of Holy Voices, a death cult where Jacob Masters preached the gospel of the nameless God. And like most legends, there's truth buried among the roots and bones. I'm sorry to any Southern people out there. I am a New Yorker, so that Southern accent was shnikes. In 1983, the church burned down following a mass suicide. Among the survivors were Jacob's 6 children and their grandparents, who banded together to defy their former minister, dubbed the Stuford Six. These children grew up amid scrutiny and ridicule, but their infamy has faded over the last 30 years. Now their ordeal is all but forgotten. and Jacob Masters, what in the hell just happened outside? Is nothing more than a scary story told around campfires. I'm going to stop there. But Devil's Creek, Silver Shamrock Publishing, apparently I am supporting them big time. They seem like maybe they do a lot more of the psychological horror from what I'm gathering on these synopsises, which I'm a big fan of. So, all right, that's been enough. This is probably like a 15-20 minute video, which I never do. So if you made it this long, thank you. Peace.